if you're self-employed, you need to have multiple streams of income, and not just be happy with the one. Good morning, guys. Steve Beauty from Mandylights here. How are you doing? Another vlog for you today. Fantastic morning. Had a great weekend. How about yourselves? Good time? It's great to be, just great to be here, and things are moving in the industry now, and I just wanted to share a message of positivity, shall we say, and just bring some kind of light to, hopefully a little bit of light to the situation, and how we all need to stay positive and keep moving. And I've talked about this before, where what have you used this time to do? We've had quite a bit of time where there's been no gigs, there's been no shows, there's been nothing really going on. Have you used this time in a positive way, and not just sit back and accept that things have gone to shit, and we're just you can't do anything about it. You really, the world hasn't stopped turning. We've had a little bit of a hiccup, but what have you used this time for? And if this is a lesson in anything, it's for everybody in this industry, is not to have all your eggs in one basket. And it certainly would pay dividends to everybody in this industry to have multiple streams of income, because if there's anything I've learned from in business, and from all the multiple books and things I've listened to and watched over the years on business, and there's one common theme, and that is never, especially if you're self-employed, because you're not relying on just a paycheck. If you're self-employed, you need to have multiple streams of income, and not just be happy with the one, because when that one dries up, i.e. in this situation gigs and shows and events and things like that, we are then in a little bit of a shit situation, and then we're relying on somebody to give us money, such as the government and whatnot. And me personally, I hate having handouts. I've always tried to, from being young, I always kind of learned that you have to stand on your own 2 feet, and I never wanted to rely on any kind of handouts. So I always tried to make a way of looking after myself, and now more so looking after my family and things like that. And, again, this is a big lesson for me, for our company, for everybody in this industry, that 1 or 2 or 3 even streams of income is not enough, and you need to have multiple, constantly, and be constantly developing, reinvesting in yourself, reinvesting in your business, so when one thing dries up, you're not up shit creek. And it just goes to show that in what's happening in the industry is, events and things might be screwed for a while, but diversify, jump into something. What is another skill that you can take out of what you do and transfer it into another industry which hasn't stopped? Some of you might be good at photography, some of you might be good at creating videos and online content, and all kinds of stuff. And so just think about what skills you do have and how you can transfer those to a different industry, and get out there and do it. It might not be the thing that you want to do forever, but get out there, make it happen, and then replace yourself with somebody who will do the job, and then you have that stream of income, which is gonna, again, even if it's a couple of £100 a month, it's something. It's something that could grow, and you could grow into something that you don't necessarily work in on a day-to-day basis, but you employ people that do it for you, and then you can grow it again to be, even if it's property, for God's sakes, you could invest your money into property, and rent those properties out, lease them, or if it's commercial property, lease them to other businesses. Residential, lease them to tenants, and that again is going to pay you money back. And let's face it, property is one of the best investments that you can probably ever have, because the value is very steady. It's going to pay you constantly. Yeah, you might have some little dips when a tenant moves out, but it's long term, generally long term leases from tenants. So get yourself into the property game if you can. There's multiple things out there, and I'm seeing people now, certainly my friends on in the industry through Facebook and whatnot, getting out there and actually doing something. And I've seen one person, I'll not mention any names, but getting out there and even doing dog walking. Fantastic idea, because she loves to walk the dog and get out there, and it's getting out there, it's exercise, it's clearing your mind, it's gonna help with your mental health. It's there's so many good things that's going to come out of the dog walking business. And again, it could be scalable, because once you've built a name, there's millions of dogs out there that need walking, and you could franchise it out if you build the brand, and then you could still do lights if you really wanted to, but you build the business on the side while we've got time, because there's not really an excuse now that, oh, I don't have the time, because we all have the time right now. And you've just got to get in there and do it, and essentially stop wallowing in the fact that it's gone to shit and wishing it would come back. Why not just get out, do something? You never know, you might find something that you absolutely love more than this industry, and that you want to grow. You can always come back to the industry when it kicks up again, because it's gonna. This industry isn't dead. We're not all completely out of the job forever. Things are starting to return. It's just a little bit slow. We will get through this, and we will get back to events. It might take a little bit of time, but human beings want to be entertained. They want to come together and feel like a community. They want to, there's nothing better than going to a concert and everyone in the room singing their heart out in unison. And that's why gigs and everything is so popular. It's people want to come together and actually enjoy themselves. And so just a little few little tidbits for you there. Hopefully you might take this on board and actually get out there and start doing things. Look at what skills you've got. Can you go on the likes of, can you draw? Have you got Photoshop skills? Can you create videos? There's millions of freelancing websites out there. This is another example. So, the likes of Fiverr, people per hour, Upwork, millions of them. So you could put yourself out there for your skills to offer services to other businesses which aren't necessarily in the lighting industry, and you could make some money out of it. And if you're technically furloughed in the UK or whatever country you're in, there'll be another name for it. I don't know about the local country that you're in, but in the UK, if you're furloughed from your normal business, if you're self-employed, if you're a limited company or whatever, if you furloughed yourself, you're absolutely eligible to go out and work or start another business, because you're furloughed from your particular entity, and you are absolutely free to go out, seek new work, seek new employment opportunities. So if you're sitting on furlough right now is the time, because you're getting paid. It might not be what you're used to, but you're getting money coming through the door so you can eat and feed and heat your house. So get out there. There's millions of freelance websites out there. Contact everybody see if there's anything that you can do for them. If you can draw for them, or do whatever. But please, just for your own mental health as well, start getting out there and doing more projects, and just stay positive and really get to grips with moving forward constantly, more streams of income, and protect your mental health as well, because that's really important these days. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump into some fantastic things today, and I'm really positive that we are going to pull some great things off, and more about that in the future. So yeah, take care, see you later, bye.